I apologize for killing your vibe, but the show must go on. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. In case that particular tune gave you a bit of nostalgia or returned you to some time in the past, let me remind you that was just before the rain, a jazz tune by Leo Oscar. My name is Chioma Innocent, and it's time for the recap on your favorite dial. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, the number one station that gives you a voice all over the world. Don't get it twisted, okay? It's time for us to delve into the issues that made major headlines during the week. Of course, I'm not alone in the studio. I have my co-host Faith. How you doing today?
I'm doing very good, Choma.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Happy weekend. I hope you're enjoying your weekend.
I am enjoying it very well.
All right. I also have Mr. Peter Anosike sitting right across from me. I'll introduce him to you shortly. In the meantime, let's not even waste time, because you know that this program ends at 6 p.m. on the dot, or even before 6 p.m. So let's get right into it. First up, I'll give you a rundown of the topics which we'll be discussing this evening. Now, after that, of course, I'll introduce my analyst. He's already here, so don't fret. And then after the analysis segment, we'll then open the phone lines and also the WhatsApp lines. But in the meantime, we're streaming live on YouTube, VOP 903 FM, VOP 903 FM on YouTube. Okay, so you can actually join the conversation there by leaving a comment. Leave your comment right there on YouTube, and of course, we'll take it before the end of the program. My name is Chema Innocent, and I have
Faithfulness, okay.
Right here, and of course we'll be hosting this show together today. Without further ado, let's get right into it. I'm beginning with the very first story on our radar this evening: defections to APC about survival. This is according to Labour Party House of Reps member Afam Ogene. Also, we'll be looking at ACF, that is the Arewa Consultating Forum, to review Tinubu's policies. Warns North won't support leaders who undermine regional interests. Also, we'll be looking at 2027. Eze Oforibu pledges support for Tinubu's re-election. Then we'll also be looking at restructure now or risk Nigeria's collapse. Anyoko calls for true federalism. And finally, husband of gospel singer Osinachi Nwachukwu sentenced to death by hanging. And he's not just the only one who was sentenced this week. We also had, was that his name again? I don't even care to remember. That's the Lagos BRT driver who has just been convicted of the 2022 sexual assault, rape, and murder of a 22-year-old Bamishe Ayonwola. Honestly, I just want to say thank you to the Lagos courts for making sure that justice was served in this situation. Next up is Salome Adaidu's murderer. We are hoping for justice to be served in that case. And also Augusta Osedion. We are hoping that justice will be served in that case. Honestly, we need to talk about why a lot of people think it is okay to murder women, to murder their romantic partners for whatever reason at all. I've said it here before. The wife that you married is supposed to be your partner, not somebody you try to discipline as if they are your pupil or your student, or as if they are a child. That is nonsense. Anyway, that's not what we're looking at this evening. Let's just talk politics, because once we begin to delve into all these things, it can actually make people angry. But then let's talk politics. Defections to APC is about survival. This is according to the Labour Party House of Reps member for Ogbaru constituency, Afam Ogene. He said defections to the APC were about survival. Now, concerns have been raised by political analysts on the increasing defection of opposition politicians to the ruling APC. You recall that Governor Sheriff Oborewori and former Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State defected to the APC from the PDP. Now, Oshu PDP lawmaker Wole Oke also defected to the APC, and other lawmakers as well. Let's not even talk about people who are going from the Labour Party and other parties to the APC. Now, a former spokesman to former Vice President Nnamdi Sambo, that's Umar Sani, was among politicians who accused President Bola Tinubu of creating a one-party state. Afam Ogene, who is the leader of the Labour Party caucus in the House of Reps, stated that it is simply about survival. The Anambra State lawmaker said, to address mass defections of politicians, the country's laws have to be reviewed. Now, here is one thing, Mr. Anoske. We understand that former political office holders, governors, and others can defect and keep their seats. But what about the lawmakers that are defecting who are supposed to lose their seat, but they are still keeping their seat. Is it because they are defecting to the APC? If they were defecting from the APC to another party, would the constitution now actually come to play there? Because I need to understand, have you heard of any lawmaker that defected from their party to the APC and lost their seat?
Well, the issue is this: our constitution is very, very expressive on it, because you cannot transfer vote from one party to the other. So that's why he said that when you defect from the party that gave you mandate to another one, you lose your seat. The constitution also give reasons to justify a defection, and one of them is if the party is in crisis. That's if the party that they are defecting from is in crisis. So, but in this case, I know that PDP is having an internal problem, just like any other party, even APC. PDP, APC, other political parties are having their own internal problems. But what is defined as internal problems if there are two factions? But in PDP today, we just have one national chairman in the person, acting national chairman in the person of Damagu. We have just one national working committee in PDP and one national executive council in PDP.
So those defecting on the basis of the factionalization of the party or internal problems within the party are wrong.
So PDP. So there's no constitutionally justified reason for anybody to defect from PDP to APC, but they are defecting because our constitution is not working. They have made a mess of our constitution. Everybody, every judge interprets the constitution according to his own emotion. That's why in a particular case we have more than 5 different judgments. That's on a particular case. So in this issue, there's no constitutional there's nothing justify anybody from defecting from PDP to APC.
What if they are defecting from the Labour Party as at this moment, when the Labour Party is divided along 3 factions?
Yes, that one is justified because they have the Apapa faction, the Abure faction, and then the Nnamdi Osman faction. Understand me? So that one can be justified. But the guy from Obaru, that is the right pronunciation. That's of the word. Obaru.
Afamogene.
Yes, that's it's in Anambra North. That's where Osito Asadebe come from. The guy is saying that the reason for their defection is for survival, which is true. Most of our politicians our politics is not ideology driven. Our politics is not ideology driven. There's no ideology in Nigeria and politics. So that's why anybody can start from one party and go around all the political parties. Understand me? So, but the issue is this: what is chasing them from their different political parties are, one, the issue of EFCC. The issue of EFCC. They are not defecting because of they love Nigerians or because of national interest. It's because of their selfish reasons. That's the reason why they are defecting. And that I'm sure when they say, once you cross over to APC, even if you murdered 1 million people, your sins are forgiven. So that's the main reason those people with EFCC are defecting to APC. That is number one.
You know what people are saying about Shomole said, if you defect, your sins are forgiven. He's come out to say he never said that, and that what he said instead was that there was someone who defected to the party who had a particular name. I can't recall that name off the top of my head right now. And he said the person's name meant maybe forgiveness or so. And that's why he said, okay, now that you know your name is forgiveness, you need to be humble. Now that you have come to the APC, that was the context under which that was said. Not that he said that anyone at all who joins the APC has their sins forgiven. That's one. Two, the EFCC has said nothing concerns the EFCC with who is defecting or who's coming to the APC or whatever, but that they have had a history of probing and even indicting even people who are members of the APC caught in financial malfeasance, mismanagement, or misappropriation or fraud.
Is there example to show that? Is there any example that to show that? One, I know Adams very, very well. Understand? I know him. He didn't have much education, but he has he never go beyond primary 6.
Was he your classmate?
I was never correspondent of the Sun newspaper all the days that he was the NLC president. So we meet most of the time. Understand me? We meet most of the time. So, but he has local intelligence, and again, he's operating like a Chinese. Every Chinese is crooked. No Chinese man is straight. So Adams Oshomode is crooked. So it is one of the fear of EFCC that is pushing them to APC so that their sins will be forgiven. Then number 2, the national chairman of APC, Ganduje, is not talking about winning elections. His word has been capturing. So most of the first-term governors don't want their second-term election to be captured. Understand? So just like the sheriff, the governor of Delta State, because the aviation minister Festus Keyamo is interested in running for 2027 in Delta as a governor. Ned Nwoko defected to APC so that he can run as a governor. So what sheriff did is to go there to calm them down. Understand?
So those people are going to shelve their ambitions because he has now joined the APC.
He has been declared the leader of APC in Delta State, which is what he wants. So he's going to be given an automatic ticket. So with that, he has silenced both Ned Nwoko and the Festus Keyamo. The same thing with the governor of Akwa Ibom, who may be defecting soon. That's Pastor Ono. So it is because we are not practicing a real democracy. Elections are not free. So they feel that where the election could be secured is in APC, because they cannot capture the election of APC ticket holders. But
here's the thing: it's not just governors who have been defecting, right? But lawmakers as well, which is why I spoke about
the same reason.
The same reason. So
the same
they
reason.
have people who have been there who might have the same ambitions, and you're expecting the APC to work for new entrants in 2027 because they left their party to come and join them.
No, before you cross over, you do your negotiations. They will promise you automatic ticket.
So you talk like you attend the meetings where these things are being discussed.
I'm no more a small boy in this country. So that is why they are moving from PDP to APC. It's not that it's not for national interest. It's just for selfish reasons, because a lot of the time vote don't count. A lot of the time INEC is corrupt, complicit, and they have compromised. So it is only in APC that they are sure that they can retain their seat. It is only in APC that they are sure that they can retain their seat. That's why they are moving over to APC. So it is selfish interest and never for national interest.
The summary of the whole matter is you agree with Labour Party House of Reps member
100%.
Ogene.
100%.
All right, this is the recap on Voice of the People 90.3 FM, 20 minutes past 4 p.m. We've been talking about the defections to APC, about survival, according to Afam Ogene, the Labour Party House of Reps member representing Ogbaru constituency, Anambra State. Let's now talk about the Arewa Consultative Forum, announcing plans to establish a special committee to evaluate the impact of President Bola Tinubu's policies, programs and projects on northern Nigeria ahead of the 2027 general elections. Now, speaking at a forum meeting in Kaduna on Wednesday, Alhaji Bashir Dawhatu, chairman of the ACF Board of Trustees, said the committee would carry out a thorough review of the current administration's governance, particularly in relation to its effects on the north. He noted that the goal is to ensure that the region's needs are not sidelined in the country's political and developmental agenda. He says we've received several proposals from our elders to appoint a special committee that will conduct a detailed study of the policies, projects and programs embarked upon by the current government to determine how they've impacted various parts of the country, particularly northern Nigeria. He says political loyalty in the region will be guided by performance and protection of regional interests rather than blind allegiance to individuals or political parties. We've been hearing about the North before 2023, after 2023. The North remembers, oh, you're not taking care of the North. The other day, Hakim Baba Ahmed came out to say he's left President Tinubu's administration and that very soon the North will make it known to Nigerians whom they will rally behind, whom they will support. Right? We've been from all indication right now, the North is not happy with this present administration. But be that as it may, when Buhari was the president, I didn't see anything about the North raising, or the Arewa Consultative Forum raising a committee to thoroughly evaluate his projects and policies and programs. Why for this current administration?
Well, it is the South that gave them this opportunity to be running roadshow on them. This is the South has shown weakness. They have shown an inferiority complex, and because of it, the North are now feeling that they are the owners of this country. The North are now feeling that that the country belongs to them. I remember what an interview that Sadwana of Sokoto granted to there was a newspaper in the 60s known as the Parrot. So that was October 6th. Sadwana of Sokoto said that Nigeria belongs to the North, and that the South will be used as winning tools to serve the interests of the North. That's what Sadwana said. And since then, they also said that they will not allow power to go back to the South. Anybody who goggles Amadu Bendo's interview on October 6th in Parrot newspaper will see it. So that they will never allow power that to go back to the South. That the South are just their servants, they are winning tools. That was how this idea of born to rule came into being. That they are born to rule. But there's a very big difference between politics and election. Election is about the well-being of the people. I mean, politics is about the well-being of the people. Understand? But election is just grabbing power. So the North has been winning elections, having power, but they don't know what to do with power.
Because the next question I was going to ask is it just about having this power concentrated in the hands of an elite few? How exactly have the common people, the common Nigerians, common citizens, the masses in the North benefited from the North having power, raising committees, asking for appointments, this and that? How has it impacted positively on the lives of the people?
So they have been having power, but they don't know what to do with the power, because Today, when they say that Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world, they are not talking about or the southwest or the southeast. It is the north that they are referring to. And you have been having power from 1960 till date. What have you done with it? What has that power benefited you? So the 8 years that Buhari was in power, the North never evaluated his stewardship. They never evaluated his stewardship. Upon all his findings, they feel that that on this way because they are holding power. They are holding power, but because that power have now shifted from their hands, that's why this setting up of a committee to evaluate the performance of a Southerner, how it has benefited them. Mind you, when Buhari was elected in 2015, he said that that's when he came with that his mathematics that cannot be found in any textbook. That those who gave him 5% will not get the same thing as those who gave him 97%. You know, Buhari scored the F9 in mathematics.
Were you his lecturer?
No, he published. We saw his statement of a result. He scored F9 in maths, and you cannot succeed if you don't know mathematics. You
cannot succeed in this life.
What can you do without
if you don't know basic maths or complex further maths?
Mathematics will help you to measure what you are doing.
Wait, is it because he said 5% and 97%? Now that's what, and the F9 you say is why he concluded that he doesn't know mathematics.
From his certificate, he scored F9 in maths. That's why when he said that.
But how does that prove that he doesn't know maths? Maybe the questions they asked the day he sat for the exam was not part of what he read. You know that things like that can happen.
Okay, so excuse me. That's when somebody says something, you go back and ask yourself, how did this guy came into where he is? Understand me? So when he said those who gave him 97%, those who gave him 5% will not get the same thing as those who gave him 97. So now add 5% to 97%. Understand me? You see that something is wrong there. Then you now have to go back. Why is this guy saying so? Then when you now check his statement of result, you now see that he got F9 in maths. You so now say, okay, yes, that he had never improved.
Won't you say this is actually coming from a place of bias because you were not a supporter of his administration or even the present one? Saying that you can't succeed if you don't know maths. He being the president of Nigeria, can that be counted as success? A two-term president for that matter for 8 years.
Excuse me, foolish people have become presidents.
Okay, well, this is not about being foolish or being wise. You said anybody that doesn't know mathematics can never be successful. Being the president of Nigeria, can that not be counted as a successful enterprise? Can it not be counted as something successful that one did during their lifetime?
Chioma, before your success comes from the success of other people. Understand me? For you to succeed, you have to first of all make other people successful. Understand me? It's just like for your dream to come true, you have to make other people's dreams to come true. So the 8 years of Buhari is years of waste. Understand me? It's a years of waste. So when you are counting successful presidents, you will never mention his name. You will never mention his name.
So becoming president of Nigeria is not an achievement.
For who?
For him.
That's an individual success. Well, we move. So the North is not being fair to the other parts of the country, because it shouldn't be about you. The 8 years that Buhari was there, did the Arewa Consultative Forum check what Buhari was doing in other parts of the country? Did Buhari check if did ACF check if there are development projects in the other parts of the country? Today, they are saying that they are being marginalized. that they are not getting political appointments and so on and so forth. So, but government is about the welfare and well-being of the people. Understand? So the issue is they want to show us that they are the owners of this country, and that thing comes from the South. The South made them to be feeling that way because the South never fought for their right. The South never fought for their right.
But doesn't such rhetoric foster disunity in the country? You know, where we now have people thinking individually or tribally or ethnically rather than nationally, where we're supposed to have people who are patriotic to the nation. You have people who will say, my tribe first, as long as my people are good, I don't care about anyone else.
That's what ATF is into, which is very, very bad.
But what if it was Afenifere or Hannes Indigo who wanted to raise a committee to evaluate this administration? Would you still have the same opinions?
Sure. Understand me? Understand me? So the it's all about fairness.
Okay.
It shouldn't be I. It's all about fairness, because our 1970, that's a federal character, which came, which started in 1976 and was even put in our constitution, stipulates that political appointments, understand, shouldn't be concentrated in the hand of one particular ethnic group or one particular people. That every appointment that should be given a reflection of the component parts of this country. But this is not being done. In the 8 years of Buhari, most of his appointments were from the north. So today, Tinubu, most of his key appointments are from the southwest, which means nobody is thinking nationally.
But the presidency has said that that is not the case. There are also people from other regions in his cabinet and have received appointments from him, and it's about competence and not about where someone is from or how loyal they are to the person of the president.
Believe that, you will believe anything.
Okay, let's move on to the next topic because of our time. It's about 28 minutes before 5 p.m. Now, at 5 p.m. on the dot, the phone lines will be open so that you can be a part of this conversation. 2027, that seems to be the only thing on the lips of everyone who's politically inclined in Nigeria at the moment. Eze Oforegbu pledges support for Tinubu's re-election. Traditional rulers from across Igbo land and the southeast have pledged to deliver at least 70% of the region's votes to President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 general elections, operating under the aegis of the Ndigbo Progressive Traditional Rulers Council. The monarchs, led by their chairman, His Royal Majesty Eze Nnamdi Oforegbu of Abia State, made the pledge during a courtesy visit to the Deputy Speaker of the House of Reps, Right Honorable Benjamin Okezie Kalu, in Umuahia, Abia State over the weekend. Speaking on behalf of the group, Eze Oforegbu said their visit was to express profound gratitude to President Tinubu for establishing the Southeast Development Commission, which they believe will accelerate infrastructure development in the region. So we come back to this regionalism and individuality we're talking about, that you're saying that the Arewa Consultative Forum is guilty of. Can't we say it's the same thing in this scenario where you have someone saying, oh, we've come to thank you for what you did for our region. Thank you for remembering us. Because of this, we pledge to give you 70% of votes. Also, what people talking about, we pledge to deliver this place to you. We pledge to capture that place for you. It seems somebody is taking into account the minds of the people and how they might want to vote in 2027.
Well, you remember in 2023, we had fake bishops. 2023, we had fake bishops, which the APC galvanized, understand? They went to the street, pick some people, and give them a cassock, understand? To wear, and they parade themselves as bishops in Ego Square. And later we discovered that some of them were picked from motor parks, and so on and so forth. So that is the same with these people that you mentioned. These are hungry people who are looking for what to eat. Understand? They are not among
these are traditional rulers in the southeast.
Excuse me.
How can you say that
they are not traditional rulers? Excuse me. Yes, excuse me.
You don't know any Eze Oforegbu?
I'm from Umuahia. Oforegbu is from Umuahia. Understand me? These are people who are deceiving people. Understand me? This the president of the Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers is Eze Okereke Ezimu. Understand me? The president of the chairman of Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers is Eze Isi Okereke. That's Okeke. That's Eze Imu. Understand? Because it's being done on rotational basis. So this Ofebu is speaking on behalf of his co-fraudsters. Understand me?
Which one is fraudsters?
I know what I'm talking. He's from my area. Understand me? Nnamdi Ofebu is from Umuahia. I'm from Umuahia. Understand me? And when you begin to call traditional rulers in Umuahia, his name is not there. So that's why I talk about the fake
So
bishop.
where then is he presiding over? Is it just one small village, or is just not recognized, or this is somebody who is wearing the crown of a king when he isn't one?
I'm giving you an example of the fake bishops in Abuja.
Wait, if that is the case, how come his people has not come out and say, oh, we don't know this person, he's not our king, oh, we don't recognize him, oh?
Wait, did he tell you that is a king? He's just answering progressive traditional. What is that? It's a fake. Understand me?
Igbo Progressive Traditional Rulers Council.
That's progressive. Come from APC. So these are just hungry people, and they went to Benjamin Kalu. Understand me? The APC man representing Bende. Understand? And I'm sure envelope must have exchanged hands, which is the main reason why they went there.
If speculation is one thing, but saying
Excuse
you are
me,
sure of
these
something
are my
that you were not there when it
these are
happened, I understand that these are your people, right? You've said this person is from your place, and are you from the same village with him? Do you know how many kings we have? We know that there are traditional rulers who are more prominent than others, right? We have the Oni of Ife. We have others. I cannot even remember the titles of most of them now. So we have higher kings and lower kings. Maybe he's a lower king, because somebody cannot just stand up one day and wear a crown and say, I'm the king of my village, when he is not, and then go to visit somebody, deputy speaker, just like that, knowing fully well that this deputy speaker will know that you are a fake.
And the deputy speaker is a fake too.
You cannot say that on this program, that the deputy speaker is a fake.
Benjamin Kalu is a fake too.
You cannot say that, not on this program. Please. We have to be very careful of what we are saying.
Go and check the court cases that Benjamin Kalu went through.
Is a fake what? Is a fake human being or what? Is he a robot wearing
human skin? He was charged for changing his name 7 times.
So somebody cannot change their name.
So you have changed your name 7 times, which means your identity is also in question. Because since I was when I have been Peter Nosike.
That's you. What if you decide to change your name to Paul tomorrow and someone says you are doing it for a criminal reason? How would that make you feel?
So those so-called traditional rulers are people who are looking for what to eat, and they feel that Benjamin Kalu will give it to them, because Kalu himself is also struggling to contest for governor in 2027. So I'm building a story for you.
Wait, so everybody now wants to be governor, president, and everybody wants everybody in APC has one big ambition.
Wait, I mentioned that Festus Keyamo want to run in 2027. Understand me? I mentioned that Ned Nwoko want to run in 2027. The main reason why he come to APC. Whoever I mention, I'll give you the reason. Understand me? So these so-called traditional rulers are fake. It's just like Buhari, Tinubu's a fake bishop.
Wait, you sat down and you said they are fake, or you actually did your findings? You talked to people in that area and asked them, do you know any Eze of so place? And they now said, no, we don't know him. Or you just sat down and said, oh, once he has to do with the APC, he's fake.
Excuse me.
No benefit of the doubt.
I'm not talking about the emir of Sokoto. Understand? Or this is Umuahia, where I come from. That guy, Nnamdi Ofebu, is from Umuahia, so I will not know.
You know him very well.
So I will not know the traditional rulers of my town at my age. Is that what you are trying that to say? that I will not know the traditional rulers of my town. These are people like the fake bishop that APC used in the.
But why then would the deputy speaker entertain them if they're fake? Don't even answer that, so that we don't quarrel, so that we don't get into a war of words. All right, let's move on. It's 20 minutes to 5. We still have a lot of topics to cover. Are we good?
I have given you Okeke, the current traditional ruler. The chairman of traditional ruler of Imo State is the chairman, Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers. That is the one that is recognized by the governors. Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers.
Now, here's what I'm saying. Even governors that are not APC governors in the Southeast have not come out to say that these people don't represent us. So if you have people,
unless you are idle, so
you're not going to start asking such questions.
So did Khan disown those fake bishops? Understand? When those Aburu that were wearing cascot came to Ego Square in Abuja, saying that Nigeria bishop has endorsed Buhari, what did Khan do?
So if they don't have anything to do with it, they don't need to say anything.
There are more important things to
But what about saying, we'll deliver 70% of our votes in the next election?
That's what every hungry man will promise. So they are ready to say anything just to get something in their pocket.
So basically, we have a lot of hungry politicians who are ready to say anything to get positions ahead of 2027.
To get money in their pocket, and one of them is Nnamdi.
He's not a politician, though. It's supposed to be a traditional ruler
of his house.
He's the traditional ruler of his compound.
Of his house. He's not a traditional ruler in Umuahia. I know the traditional rulers in Umuahia.
All right, then. Let's look at the next topic. It's 18 minutes before 5 p.m. We're trying so hard so that we can actually open the phone lines at 5. Elder statesman and former Commonwealth Secretary General Chief Emeka Anyoko has issued a warning that Nigeria's continued existence is at stake unless the country urgently adopts true federalism. Now, speaking at the 14th Chief Emmanuel Anyoko lecture series on good governance in Enugu on Tuesday, he reiterated the need to replace Nigeria's current centralized constitution with one that genuinely reflects the nation's multi-ethnic diversity. In his words, Nigeria was more peaceful and developed faster in the first 6 years after independence under a federal constitution. He says each of the 4 regions had autonomy to manage their internal affairs, development, and security. He has also blamed the military-imposed unitary system for stalling Nigeria's development and deepening mistrust amongst its people. Everybody seems to have an idea of how Nigeria can move forward. Everybody seems to have an idea of what is the cause of Nigeria's problem. But with all of these solutions being touted, all of these ideas being on these suggestions being made, what would actually take Nigeria out of this quagmire? What will ensure that citizens can buy food cheaper, can rent for cheaper, can actually live a better life? And I'm not even talking about luxury.
Well, for me, what Emeka Anyoko said is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Nigeria made far more progress between 1960 and 1966 than they have made from 1966 to 2025. Understand me? Nigeria made far more progress between 1960 and 1966 than they have made between 1966 to now. Why? True federalism does one thing. It brings about competition. It brings about competition. Western Nigeria was the first to build a university. That's Obafemi Awolowo, built with the money from cocoa. Immediately, University of Ibadan was built. Nnamdi Azikiwe fought and raised money and built University of Nigeria and Nsukka. Understand me? Ahmadu Bello fought and built Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria. Understand? So, what true federalism brings about is competition. Then, it also enables each region to develop with what they have. Understand me? Because you are in control of the mineral resources in your own area. When Michael Okpara was the premier of Eastern Nigeria, what Okpara was doing was in every local government, he will look at there what is the what economic advantage does these people have. He will go there and cite an industry. An instance in Ore in Ezago, he built a cashew plantation because they have not a lot of cashew. Understand? So because they are in control of the resources within their soil, which is not the same thing under the unitary system which we are operating, which is not the same thing as the unitary system which we are operating as we speak. Because they say Federal Republic of Nigeria, that is fake. We are not operating a federal government. If we are operating a federal government, the states who have been in control of their securities, who will have had state security. Because in America, there every state has their own security. Understand? So, and when you have security, it means that you are in charge. So, but today, what we are operating is a Amajeri system of government. Every month, governors will go to Abuja. They will be given an allocation. They will come back to their state. So they can no longer think out of the box. Creativity is gone. So what will bring Nigeria back to the path of progress is through federal system of government. So Emeka Nyok is right. That's in his position.
All right, then, 13 minutes before 5 p.m. We want to make sure that by 5 p.m. The phone lines are open so that you can call in to be a part of. You can call in to be a part of the conversation, okay? So it's about 13 minutes before 5 p.m. We want to make sure that by 5 p.m. the phone lines are open so you can call in to be a part of the conversation. So Faith will take the last topic.
Husband of gospel singer Osinachi Nwachukwu sentenced to death by hanging. Peter Nwachukwu, husband of the late gospel singer Osinachi Nwachukwu, has been sentenced to death by hanging by the Federal Capital Territory High Court sitting in Wuse Zone 2, Abuja. Justice Njide Kanwosu Iheme delivered the judgment on Monday after dismissing Nwachukwu's no case submission. The court found him guilty of culpable homicide over his wife's death on 8 April 2022. Nwachukwu, who was arraigned on 3 June 2022, faced a 23-count charge brought by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, including culpable homicide, spousal battery, cruelty to children, and criminal intimidation. Throughout the trial, the prosecution presented 17 witnesses, among them 2 of the deceased children, and tendered 25 exhibits. The defense called 4 witnesses and presented 4 exhibits. Justice Nwosu Iheme ruled that the prosecution had proven its case beyond reasonable doubt. Although Nwachukwu's lawyer Reginald Nwali pleaded for leniency, the court sentenced him to death by hanging on count 1 and handed down additional prison sentences of between 6 months and 3 years on several other counts, along with fines totaling 700,000 naira. Osinachi Nwachukwu, who rose to fame in 2017 with a collaboration on the gospel hit Ekweme, died at the age of 42. After her death, numerous colleagues alleged that she had been a victim of prolonged domestic violence, leading to her husband's arrest.
So yes, Peter Nwachukwu has been sentenced to death for the domestic violence that led to the death of his wife, popular gospel singer Osinachi Nwachukwu. Also this week, I think it was just yesterday, we had the BRT driver, whatever his name is, who was actually also sentenced to death by hanging for the 2022 murder of a young girl who boarded the BRT bus in Lagos, Bamishe Anyonwola. What's your take on this, Mr. Aniske?
Well, I want to. This is an emotional case. This is an emotional case, and everybody has his or her own views. So, what Nwachukwu did is very bad. Understand me? Killing his wife is very, very bad. Some women association has held the judgment, but for me, I have a very different view. As I said, everybody is entitled to his or her own opinion. I have a different view because in handing down this judgment, I know it was handed by a woman. This man killed a fellow woman. So maximum punishment.
So you are saying the judge was being sentimental?
Just understand what I'm saying.
All right.
So, but the issue is this: where I disagree, my concern is the little children. My concern is the little children. Now their mother is dead, and court has also said that their father should also be hanged, which means you are now making those children orphan. Do you understand where I am going? If it's in the other countries where we have a very good welfare teams, we say if their father is hanged, then the government can start taking care of the children. But we don't have that in this country. So what is going to be the fate of the children? So my own opinion, which I know will not be popular, I have said that what Peter Nwachukwu did is bad. And the judge did the right thing by pronouncing a death sentence, because they say he who kills by the sword should also go by the sword. But my concern is the children. So what I'm thinking that even though this case will be upturned maybe in the Court of Appeal or in the Supreme Court, he will not be hanged. I'm very, very certain of that. If he goes to appeal or to Supreme Court, they will upturn this case because of the children. Because the children would not want their mother and father to be killed. Do you understand me? If they are killed, what becomes their fate? So my position is, this man ought to have been given a very long jail term. Maybe 30 years, 40 years.
What's the difference between him being sentenced to death and you're saying okay to be upturned? And
No.
what's the difference between him being sentenced to death and spending 40 years in prison? He still won't be there to take care of the children.
Psychology. Understand me? At least their father is not dead, but is somewhere.
You do realize that the children testified against him. They testified as prosecution witnesses.
They were called as, what did you see that your father was doing to your
and
mommy?
they said what they saw.
They said what they saw. But did they want their father to also die?
Don't you think that's left for them
Was the question asked?
All right. Let's look at that was one case that we heard about this week, saying, oh, this man has been sentenced to death. Someone else was sentenced to death this week, just yesterday. That's the BRT driver who's now been convicted of the death of a young girl who boarded his BRT bus in 2022. What do you have to say about that?
For the first one, for Peter Nwachukwu, I've told you my concern. The children, not a Peter Nwachukwu himself.
No problem. What about the BRT driver?
If hanging is easier, he ought to be shot. Understand me?
For the BRT driver.
Because
but he has a family. He has a wife and children. If their father is killed, don't you think they will feel somehow?
But the mother is there.
But what if, I mean, the mother could fall sick, or the strain of taking care of the family could be too much for her? If we are making excuses, Mr. Peter Noske, because you started by saying that the judge who handed down that sentence was a woman, and so she was being sentimental, saying because this man killed a woman, so he should go and die. Are you saying that the judge is not also thinking about the children? Also, in whose custody have the children been since the man has been in custody? If the man spends 40 years in prison and the children don't visit him all that time and go ahead and live their lives, isn't he as good as dead to them?
No.
Because when you say he's good, but it's almost as if there is no psychology in this matter. The psychology, my father is alive, is somewhere. If your father is alive, he could be dead to you.
It's somewhere.
Because of what he has done. Are you saying that the mother that died was not important to the children?
No, it is. The mother is very, very important. Or the mother is very, very important. What I'm saying that the children must not be made orphan. Understand me?
Here's the thing. A father who is alive but cannot perform his fatherly roles, and a father who's dead, what is the difference?
It's never the same
thing.
For
you, what's the difference, Faith? A father who is alive, maybe all these deadbeat fathers that abandon their family and go and live somewhere, they won't be taking care of the family. A father who is alive is not able to perform his fatherly duties, and one who is dead, what's the difference, Faith?
As good as dead.
It's as good as dead.
It's not the same thing.
What are we talking about?
Excuse me. In prison, there's what is known as board of mercy. In prison, there's what is known as board of mercy. So when somebody stays up to 10 years imprisonment, 10 years in prison, 15 years imprisonment, this board of mercy come to review the person's sentence. How is he behaving? Has he shown remorse, and so on and so forth?
You do realize that the relationship between him and the children will not be the best, especially because they testified against him. So is it really in their best interest to still be close to him?
Their mind will change after some time.
So you want mercy for Peter Nwachukwu because the wife is dead and the children will be orphans, but you don't want it for the BRT driver because he has a wife and he has the children. If he's dead, the wife will take care of the children.
I didn't say mercy for him. I didn't say he should be set free. I said that he should have been given a long sentence, 30, 40 years, because of the children. I know the psychology. I know the impact.
You know what you're not taking into account is the trauma of the trauma of the domestic violence that those children have witnessed, to the extent that it led to the death of their mother. So who's going to pay for that?
So you want the father?
No, it's not about what I want. So the court has made its own. No, the court has made its own pronouncement. It's not about what I want, right?
Supreme Court will upturn this.
Even when it is upturned, he's still going to be in jail for a long time. And the speculation here is, okay, the children might say, well, I don't want to have anything to do with this person. Isn't he as good as dead?
After some time, their mind will change.
After some time, that's what you're banking on. Their mind will change.
So their mind, but it is better that their dad is in prison, that their dad was executed.
If you were murdered, would you want your murderer to go without justice being served because their children will be orphaned?
Do you know the definition of justice? A lot of things comes in. Understand? They should have asked those people, even though they are not even up to age, do you want your dad to be killed? The answer would have been no.
Would have been no.
Sure.
You know them so well to know that that's what they would have wanted.
The answer would have been no. So for me, say their father, what those children will be going through at this point in time, you cannot imagine it.
And their father not dying will make it easier for them to go through things that they are going through.
I'm telling you.
No, you're not telling me. You are saying that what they'll be going through now will be so much for them to handle, and you think that if the father is alive, it will ease what they are going through. Are you taking into account what they went through all the while their mother was alive and trying to shield them from domestic violence that the man was perpetrating? I say,
if those children were asked, do you want your dad to be killed, they would have said no.
Okay,
because assuming we are in Ireland, understand, where there's a properly structured country, government will have taken over the training, the welfare of the children. Government will have taken over the training, the care, the well-being of the children. They will have gone to school, even up to whatever they want. But we don't have such a system in this country. So my concern is the children. So that's why I say that death sentence is way too much.
As we don't have such a system, the family has stepped in and are taking care of the children to the best of their ability. So that should count for something.
So which means their dad.
You know, that's why I asked you, what about the BRT driver? The death sentence for him is okay and it should be signed, he should be killed.
Assuming that it is another man that Peter Nwachukwu murdered, and the Osinachi is there for the children, I would have approved it. But for me, making those two children that's orphans, killing their father and their mother, it doesn't sound right.
Aren't they already, for the fact that he's been pronounced dead, even if he's alive somewhere and he can't, because you're not taking that part into account, he cannot perform his fatherly duties, but he's alive somewhere. It's just at the back of their mind that, oh, the man who calls himself my father who killed my mother is alive somewhere.
He's somewhere, understand me? That is easier than my father was
somewhere doing nothing for them, somewhere serving for killing his wife.
Forget about.
But it's very ironic that you think it's not okay for him to be sentenced to death, but it's okay for the BRT driver to be sentenced to death.
These are two different issues.
Okay, the judge that sentenced the BRT driver to death, was that judge also being biased?
Hear what I said. If the BRT driver is killed or is hanged, and he has children, there's a mother to take care of.
What if there
children.
Is no mother? What if his wife is dead and he's the only parent that his children have?
Before a judgment is passed, a lot of things comes in.
No problem. The judgment has been passed. We are just having a conversation on what has happened, right? You're saying the only reason why you can endorse the death sentence of the BRT driver is because he may have a wife somewhere who can take care of his children when he's gone. What if there is no wife, and his wife has been dead for a while and he has like 7 children somewhere? Who's going to take care of them?
Before a judgment is passed, a lot of things come into being. That's why I strongly believe, and I'll be proved right one day, that death sentence will be commuted to life imprisonment.
You know, at the end of the day, we're having this conversation because the court has already made its own decision. You rightly pointed out that there are a number of people who are happy about the decision of the court, right? The prosecution has done their work, they've presented their case, and the judge has found him guilty. Whatever it is that the higher courts do on from this moment, we do know that none of these men will be walking away scot-free without paying for what they have done. So I think that ends the conversation.
Murder case gets to Supreme Court. So I know that before it gets to Supreme Court, they will reduce it to life sentence or even a long-term imprisonment, just because of the children. Because I know that after some time, mind will change.
Which mind will change?
You
kill somebody's mother, you want their mind to change.
Or the mind of the children will change.
Let's not even get into a gender discussion right now, because at the end of the day, this is how we pamper men who commit heinous crimes by saying the children's mind will change. A man will abandon his family and go and do what God knows what, and they will be coming back later thinking that I'm going to, when I come, my children will accept me just the way I am. Like, what is going on? Can a woman do that?
But one of the charges here said cruelty to children.
Yes, because he was also cruel to his own children.
So I don't see why his children will actually change their mind later.
Their mind will change.
Oh, you are hoping that their mind will change?
Their mind will change, and Supreme Court will overturn this judgment.
After all the abuse they've suffered at the hand of this man and trauma,
Supreme Court
and watching their mom being panel beaten,
the Supreme Court will commit it to life sentence.
Neither you nor I are judges in this matter. At the end of the day, I know that the courts know best, but the good thing is, whether they are dead or they are killed or not, for the fact that none of these men will smell freedom to do this to another person. I mean, it's a very good one for me in my books. Faith, what do you say?
So that's why I say he shouldn't. Nobody should have asked him.
That is Peter when Nwachukwu the time comes now, and the children of Peter Nwachukwu start saying, "I don't want to have anything to do with my father." You'll be one of those Nigerian men who will be telling them he's still your father now. Don't take it like that.
So that's why I say that he would have been given a life sentence, not asked to go. He committed a heinous.
No problem. Let's leave the part of everything, because the judge has taken her decision, right? There's the only thing you and I can do right now is speculation and have conversations on it, right? Let's talk about the aspect of the children relationship with him. If 10 years, 20 years down the line, one of his kids is now a full-blown adult and says, my father is in so prison, but I'm not going to visit him, and I don't want to have anything to do with him. You will be one of those who will be telling that child forgive and forget.
But he's still alive.
Wait now, you will be one of those who will be telling that child forgive and forget.
But he's still alive.
Is it better to be alive and suffering than to just die and go and rest?
No.
You know you are not answering my question. You're deflecting.
Even if he is given 100 years imprisonment, most important thing that my father is in prison. Understand me? It's better than my father was killed because he killed my mother. I'm talking about the society that we find ourselves.
Which society? What you're saying now is that if tomorrow they call you, say, please, Peter Noske, join us to go and beg the children of Peter Nwachukwu to forgive their father, or to go and visit him, or to take him back, you join yourself to the delegation and go and beg them and be telling them he's still your father no matter what happens in this world.
With highest 5 years, their mind will change. These are still tender children. You're not taking into account what the children have gone through. You're not taking that into account. What you're looking at is as far as they have a father, they will just take it like that. As far as they have a father, this woman wasn't just, she was literally beaten to death, as in died of the injuries that she sustained due to domestic violence. This is a it's a topic that, as we're talking about this now, there are people out there who are facing the same things, a lot of people will come out and say, oh, don't die in that marriage, come out. But it's not always very easy for these people to come out. This woman was a gospel singer and must have been thinking, oh, I want to be a good example to others, until now she has suffered this terrible, tragic fate. Anyway, it's time for us to open the phone lines, okay? Let's just open the phone lines. A very interesting conversation. You know, with this kind of topics, Faith, if you're not careful, you get agitated.
Yeah.
You get angry. You'll be like, what are we talking about? Like, what is going on? But at the end of the day, men, you people need to be advising each other. You need to be talking to each other. Talk to your fellow men. If they tell you that they discipline their wife for house, tell them that is wrong.
It is not only men that murder women. Women also murder men.
You say, Choma, leave this case. You're not married yet. You see, that's what we're talking about. When we come out and say, men do this, men that, people will come and say, not all men. We know. But why would that? You almost always have, when something happens and he's a man, you're coming to tell me women murder men. But this one is the case of a man that murdered a woman. When the case of a woman murdering a man comes out, we will talk about that. Okay?
Did you understand my argument?
You are the one who don't understand the points that I'm trying to make.
I never supported Peter Nwachukwu.
But you just don't want him to die.
My concern is the children, not him.
The children, they ask you to be, would you be more concerned about the children than the family members who have been taking care of them?
You don't know what the family members are saying.
Do you know that even the family members can stop them from visiting their father in jail until they are old enough to decide for themselves if they want to do that?
But he's still alive.
Alive doing what now?
He is still alive.
Doing what now?
So, some people have been in prison for 20 years, 30 years. Most important thing is that he is somewhere. He's still alive.
Anyway, for me, I'm just the host here, okay? It is you, the analyst, and you, the listener, who have a right to form an opinion. The phone lines are open. 0803-692 9933. Someone sent a message saying, Choma, leave this matter. You are not married yet. No wahala. But me, I know that I cannot get married to a man that will be beating me. And somebody will not come and tell me, hey, stay there. Your husband is your head. Or you have to talk to the children. All these women that maybe they will be the provider in the house. Will not buy something and tell the children, your daddy said I should buy it for you. If your papa like, make you don't go work hard. See, if you know you want to call in on this show and say, Choma, you do this on Choma, you don't. No bother, no bother, because I know there are a lot of people who are just waiting to say, Choma, you're wrong. That was how I did what do they call them? Venting Tuesday. Now they vent about me to me. No wahala, no problem. 0803-692-9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this program. 0803-692-9933. Okay.
Choma,
yeah.
I said that everybody's entitled to his or her own opinion.
But you know that there are times when people give their opinion, you don't agree with it, and you insult them.
And what I say
now, everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
What I say is my own opinion.
No,
what I said is my own opinion. So everybody's entitled to his or her own opinion.
When someone disagrees with your opinion politically, you will not insult them.
This is an emotional thing.
I know, but even in politics, you agree that people have different opinions.
But you cannot tell me that APC is a good party.
Okay, that's the only opinion you don't agree with in politics. Any other thing, you can allow the person have an opinion. The only thing is...
Don't tell me that Tinubu is doing well. I will insult you. Because he is not doing well.
Don't insult anybody on this show.
No, I said don't tell me that Tinubu is doing well, because I will insult you.
But you don't insult anybody on this program until 6. We have 50 more minutes to go. No insult.
It depends on what they say.
Make her first off your mic. 0803 692 9933 0803 692 9933. Send a message on WhatsApp 0817 175 6338. You can also leave a comment on YouTube. VOP 903 FM, VOP 903 FM on YouTube. Jama this, jama that, jama up, jama down, jama here, jama there, jama black, jama white. No problem. I can see all the messages. Keep them coming. You're my first caller this evening. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, my sister.
Good evening. How you doing?
Fine, my sister. This is Bamidele from Mushin.
Welcome, Bamidele. Go ahead quickly.
Thank you. Let me first start from political something.
Okay.
That man with you there is 100% right about the political issue of this country. It's the best thing. To me, he's even lenient in saying the best thing for us is to go our different ways. Let's go our different ways. We are deceiving ourselves in this country.
Wait, Bamidele, so you want Yoruba nation?
Let me tell you. If it is true that Amadou Bello Abi Tafa Balewa made mention of what he said at that time, these people are still working on it up to today. They are still acting on it. What are we talking? Let me come to the madam. Who that man, no lenient. The man should be killed. That man who killed his wife should be killed. Let the children.
Thank you, Mr. Bamidele.
God will do with the children.
Thank you, Mr. Bamidele. Thank you for your call. I do appreciate you. Also, thank you for keeping it short and straight to the point. 0803 692 9933. Hello? Hello, are you there?
I'm here, sure, man.
How you doing? Welcome, Afunwa. Oh yeah, talk quick. Yeah, my own that you see when Peter Osigga they tell you say then get fake chief titles. You don't know say some people when they will do chief title for this Lagos now. When they reach head the bridge, they carry their car put inside their motor, hide it, make people not see them. So that one where Peter Osigga they tell you say they're from the same village. Peter Osigga cannot lie. That one dead there. What I try to tell you about this, what I want to add for this woman issue, is that it's better to sentence the man instead of the kill, because our people say instead I go die, make a loss. You get my point? Because imagine, wait, Afunwa, so you go prefer to loss than may you die.
I prefer to loss because one day I go still locate my place.
Okay, you not call locate you, uncle.
I will locate. My children
wait, if you don't come locate,
my children go no say their pa never die, their pa is on the way.
But wait, say you know say as your people take the talk, waiting they talk. Yoruba people get talk, yes. Say e better make pikin die than say make he lost. So which person adage proverb make we come follow?
Now this our own. I'm the original.
No worry, follow your own. People like the other one go follow. After make we hear from other people.
Okay, thank you.
We appreciate you. Okay, keep listening to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. 0803 692 9933. Hello.
Good evening to you.
Good evening to you, sir. Turn down the volume on your radio set. What's your name and your location?
My name is Prince Y.S. calling you from Amuado.
Thank you for your call. Go ahead, please.
You see, number one, that man supposed to die. If the man is in prison, will the children be able really to go and visit him?
will the parent allow the children to visit that man, the murderer for that matter? And your guest in the studio say you don't want the man to die. He has created a lot of hatred in the mind of those children. If the man is not alive, won't the family or the family take of those children? The children do know that they don't have father, they don't have mother anymore. Even that man, if it was referred to life imprisonment, if you continue suffering there, even though if it's key now, it's better for him to be in a life imprisonment. So for me, why should we support somebody who key? You are now encouraging another person to kill his wife or your husband, you want to kill the husband? Yeah, that no.
Thank you.
It doesn't get right. The murderer is the murderer. The mother must pay the penalty.
Thank you for your call. We do appreciate you. Keep listening to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. 0817-175-6338 on WhatsApp. 0803-692-9933. Direct calls. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing? Good evening. Hello. What's in they happen now? Call me up. I want to hear from you. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I can see all the messages. Please keep them coming. I can also see your comments on YouTube. Do keep them coming. Thank you so much. Hello.
Good evening. My name is Epi.
Welcome. Go ahead quickly. Hello, are you there? Hello, can you hear me? All right, give me a call back. 0803-692-9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. I want to hear from you. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
How you doing?
Fine, Choma. My name is Christopher calling from Ikeja.
Welcome, Christopher. I have Faith here and I have Mr. Peter Noske as well.
Yeah, my first one goes to the Northern Ariwa Forum. You know, if you are always about me, and you don't know what other people are facing, it becomes a very big problem. And we all are one. So while you are fighting for your own self, try and also look to the interests of other people, so that together we can be able to build this house along. I hope you understand. Secondly, it's about the man and his wife. I agree with Mr. Peter Nwachu for Anosike. Everybody is now saying the man should die. The question is that the woman is dead. And by the time the man is gone, what becomes the fate of the children? I hope you understand. We are from a family where we know that we lost our dad when we were young, and today we are living with just mother's love. At the end of the day, nobody will look up to you. Nobody knows you are existing. Nobody even want to know if you are alive. You are only going to be taken care of by your mother. Now, it's better for the children to know that our father is somewhere, hoping somehow, someday, they are going to see this man again, that wake up tomorrow and say, our mom is gone, our father is gone. Don't forget.
Okay, what about the abuse that they've suffered at the hands of the man? They should just throw it behind them and act like it never happened.
To be honest, let me tell you, give these children 10, 15, 20 years from now, they will look to their father and say, what you did is
You're
wrong.
talking based on hope that they will forgive the man and live happily ever after. After I don't kill their mama.
Hold on. It's far better the hope is alive than it's not there again. I hope you understand.
Not
because
really.
People are saying, this man, you have said it's far better the hope is alive than the hope is not there again.
Thank you for your call.
Because the same people who are saying die now, who are going to take care of these children tomorrow?
The same people who've been taking care of them since their mother died, their mother was murdered, and their father has been in police custody. Thank you so much. We really need to hear from other people, please. Okay?
Right,
thank you so much. Keep listening to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Hello, thank you for holding on. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, Choma?
I'm very well, thank you. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Oladipo Bodalintin from Chicago.
Welcome, sir. Go ahead, please.
I don't know the name of your other lady.
Yeah, Faith. Faith is here, and Mr. Peter Noske is here as well.
Oh, Faith, how are you? How are you, Anosike?
I'm doing good.
That's good. Mr. Anosike, I love you, but this morning I will not support what you are saying. Some people have no father, have no mother, and they are still living. That man has committed murder. That you hang him or kill him. That's it. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ola, for your call. It seems that's all you called to tell us. Welcome to the recap. Good evening.
Yeah, Mr. Ben speaking.
Mr. Ben, please turn down the volume of your radio set. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from a Kalu.
Please turn down the volume of your radio set.
I'm going outside from where the lady is.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that.
Yes, my question to you, Chioma, if it were to be this lady that killed her husband and she's now sentenced, will you say that she should be killed?
Well, that's not what happened, so we can only speculate.
No,
but someone who has committed a crime, whoever commits a crime, man, woman, robot, whatever you are, whatever the court says should happen to you should happen.
Personally, listen to me. Personally, I don't support allowing the man to be alive, moving around as if nothing happens. Being in the prison, not being able to see his children, is enough punishment. It's even better he suffer that agony and die with that agony than to just kill him and limit him. Yes, that is my own. It's better he even suffer the agony being
you are the one. You are the one that is thinking he's in agony. Children that he was living with, that he was abusing. What makes you think he's in agony? You are the one thinking that he's in agony.
No, he should be in agony while in the prison. There's no way he cannot be. He will know. He will begin to think, what put me in this place? Why am I here? Why can't I see my children?
You
understand my point?
He really should self-reflect.
It's a serious punishment. It's better he die under that thought than to show you just kill him. He die so easily like that.
Thank you for your call. We do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's hear from others, okay? 0803692 9933 0803692 That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. Welcome to the recap. How you doing?
Hello, Chama.
Hi, how you doing?
Chama, you don't become judge today.
No, I know it. I not be judge. As how now? Welcome, Joe. Welcome, Joe. Welcome, Joe.
I beg. You see this not the comments from the Northerner. You see, all you people are watching and you are seeing it and you are hearing everything. When we will start tomorrow night, they will say, "Oh, why are you saying like this? Why are you saying this word?" Every time they will come out and say so rotten words, that will anger this. So they better watch it. They better watch it. The war is not over. They better watch it.
Thank you.
Shoma about the rapist, the serial rapist. I think he deserved it. He deserved that hanging by death. He deserved it. God knows how many people he has killed. Shoma, God knows how many people this man has killed. Because I'm not sure it's only this girl. There are other ones we don't know. So he deserved it.
Thank you.
Choma, thank you. Good night.
Thank you for your call. We do appreciate you. Keep listening to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Thank you so much for holding on. Good afternoon.
Good evening, Choma.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for holding on.
Choma, you are acting like Choma. The only thing that is there is no innocent this evening.
Wait, what have I done?
And then I'm begging faith to give you faith. Mr. Anosike, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So, Choma, there is a statement that you made. Yeah. First, what Mr. Peter Anosike is trying to tell you is not that the man should not be killed. Like the last caller said, if that man stays in prison and the torture, her conscience will be even would disturb him than any other than killing him. He will be dying slowly. Even if Mr. Anosike is telling you to give him 30 years, 20, he might not stay up to that and die there because of the emotional torture that he will be getting there. He's supposed to sometimes killing or paying back by killing is not the only punishment. Sometimes you leave the person to live and suffer whatever he or she has done to others. There is a statement that you made. I was trying to come to that. You said that you are not the type of person when you buy something, you will tell, oh, your daddy told me to buy this thing for you. When you know that the man is not doing anything, you are the woman providing. Choma, why is it that men will provide almost say 30 years of marriage, and whenever a woman provides for 2-3 months, it becomes a problem? Because I went through the same thing in my marriage, my first marriage. So what are you telling me? That statement that you made is too dangerous, because that is what most families, most men in the Western world are going through. If the woman happens to go and buy a pant or a boxer, they will go and wear that one that I bought. But the man has been buying it. The man has never said, go and wear the one that he bought. Or go and take the food the one that I paid for. That's the man, you need to withdraw it. That's the reason why I keep on calling. Because I wanted to correct that statement that you made. If you want to help the man, help the man. And that's the reason why most of our women are still hanging. They are not around because they are waiting for the man that is already married. To go in. And if you are saying that a man goes to leave the family and goes to somewhere living with another person, is the man living with a man? He's living with another woman.
I guess it's the woman's fault that the man left now.
At the end of the day, who gave her, according to the Bible, who gave Adam the fruit? Who gave Adam the fruit? Who went and know there is a fruit there? Or there is an apple there, whatever?
Eve.
Because you are jumping now to shout Eve.
Question.
Were you there? No, all these ones. I understand you, Mr. Tony Chukudi. That question was even for Mr. Anosike that's rushing to shout Eve, Eve. All right? Let's not turn this. This is not a gender this is not a gender argument, okay? I understand that you are calling you are talking based on the experience that you have had. And I thoroughly appreciate that you are sharing with us.
And I have already said that what the man did, what is his name, the husband of the late singer.
But you don't think that being hanged is the best thing?
Is not. You just leave him to suffer.
Thank you.
He will live in the prison.
Thank you for your call. No, I'm not the judge that gave him death by hanging. I'm not saying if I'm not the one, I won't do the same thing. But I'm not the judge.
What Mr. Anosike is trying to say, that I was listening to you still refer a statement when you say at the end of the day, when they will take, the children will change and the father will come back. So if you know,
Mr. Tony, wait. What you are saying now is if tomorrow, they draft you to be part of the delegation that will go and beg his children to take him back, you will follow the people that want to go and beg.
See, I might not decide to go, but the children have their conscience, because nobody, there is no government official that knows how those children are faring wherever they are.
I guess we'll leave everybody to their conscience then. Let's hear from other people, Mr. Tony Chukudi, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you for sharing your perspective on this issue. People will go chop me raw this evening. Plenty. Oh, no, wahala. At the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their opinion, isn't it? And at the end of the day, we cannot stop whatever it is that the court wants to do. I'm not there. I was not there. I'm not the one that went and told the judge to please hang this, sentence this man to death by hanging. No, let him die for killing his wife, for brutalizing her for so many years, for isolating her from her family and friends. I'm not the one that told the man, oh, go and beat your children and become a behemoth or a monster. I'm not the one that asked them to charge him for spousal battery, cruelty to children, criminal intimidation, culpable homicide. You understand? So please go easy on me. I get voice. You hear him? Faith.
I feel him.
08036929933 08036929933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation right here on the recap. My name is Chama Innocent and I have
Faithfulness Moke.
And of course, Mr. Peter Anosike has been doing the analysis right here on the recap on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. The conversation continues. We're at that point where you can call in to be a part of it. Hello.
Chioma Assurance.
Mr. Remy, how you there?
I dare, my sister. Fiery Chioma.
I'm cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, I
I'm as
know.
innocent as the name sounds.
Okay. Now,
Are you there, Mr. Remy? Oh,
the
what's going on?
BRT guy, the BRT driver, I think he did not acted alone. He did not act alone. Where are the co-offender? Why is it that he's the only one that was brought to court? The state government should answer us. Secondly, I want us to discuss this from point. Choma, you and I agree that killing is bad. Is that correct?
Yes, killing is
And
bad.
everybody believe nobody should kill. What we are simply doing here, we are being hypocritical. Because when you say killing is bad, you are simply telling me what defines a crime is the person that perpetrates it. If you and I agree that killing is bad, but you give the state the power to kill, and we agree that government is representing the interest of the people. Government, whatever government does, they do it on our behalf, which means we say we don't want to kill, but you, government, you can kill on our behalf. Capital punishment for me, I think it is an ancient practice. Nobody should have the right to kill. These people should not go to jail for life. I'm not saying women should be abused. No. If you're a woman in an abusive relationship, cry out, go. Don't let any pastor preach to you that you should endure. You should not endure crisis. So killing generally is bad, and I think none of these guys should be sentenced to death in the first place.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Remy, for your call. We do appreciate you. 0803-692-9933. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Choma Innocent, and I have Faith here. Thank you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm coming from Ajowo State.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
That's a man judgment. You get the way I say CMO. Because that guy, the man no just kill the woman immediately. Now, through accident, they have family issues. Come the fight. So unfortunately, the thing come. I been taken her for hospital. She died.
You know, say you don't they beat am before that day. She they land for hospital.
Yeah, I understand. You know, family. Even me and that one that happened to me also. So me and my wife we get misunderstanding. I go.
You they beat your wife?
Okay, my sister, since when I'm married now, they go 15 years now. That 15 years now. If I tell you now, just 2 times now we don't fight.
Wait, you they beat your wife? I mean, your wife they beat you.
Now, anytime when we fight, all my clothes don't damage you. And I say it happen. But now the last time when we fight, now slap for her, and I charge Jesus. Now you can't give me that time. But that time when I slap her, if you give me knife, tell me make I kill my wife, I no go kill. I know say now just to discipline. But unfortunately, if you say with the start now, you can't. Okay, that's last now. If you affect them, if you go hospital now, the thing can't require death. No be say intentionally do.
But you know say government and court no go one here say you know mean am like that. Wetin they go talk be say na the thing wey you do na im cause the person to die.
Because they know they are man.
Abeg.
So make them try to
anything wey I no really know your wife or how she take be, but abeg anything wey go cause you to beat your wife, you better say you waka comot go cool your temper, you come back later. Abeg, and no let am beat you too. If you wan beat you, run. Abeg o, we no dey condone domestic violence for man or woman. Abeg o.
Make them no kill the man, make them jail am.
Thank you for your call. Thank you for your call. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. 0803-692-9933. Faith, I think we should take some YouTube comments and then we'll take some WhatsApp messages before we proceed with the call so that we can actually get all the messages in. Nobleman says, Choma, you will defend Taya. Speechless. Madi Peace says, release Nnamdi Kanu, he did nothing wrong. No mentality, suffering and smiling. Umo Efiok says, Mr. Peter Noske go bust my belly. Choma don't defend, so she kuku drop the matter. Madi Peace says, I don't understand. Say, what have direction in Nigeria? Pastor Vanity Van Gogh says, I'm very happy your sister did not call today because Choma do not pick his call again. He's an agent working for some interest. Please leave Peter Osifo alone. Everyone is entitled to their opinions. Nigerian mentality be centralized. The heart of men, the difference is good over evil. Since he's alive, because he's their father. Have mercy, he's Adsha. That's from Madi Peace. Pastor Vanity Van Gogh says, Pastor Vanity Van Gogh, Guinea, please, don't. Over here, we are one. Madi Peace says, what you don't like for yourself, don't give it. Anthony Ugu says, Choma, you're doing a great job. However, please learn to structure your questions well as relevant, intelligent question. Don't let the guest lose his line of thought. Thank you, Anthony Ugu, for your observation. I do appreciate you. Okay. Polydus Chimobi says, Papa, you are right, sir. No papa here, na Mr. Peter no skill. No papa here, no papa, no mama. I beg. Lawson Amadi, he says, Choma, I can feel you on the capital punishment, but Peter Noske argument is due to the society we found ourselves. He said that the idiot being alive and in for life imprisonment is better for the kids. Pastor Vanity Van Gogh says, Choma, block Osifo before he will call, so that Peter Noske will not walk away from the studio because he has warned you. Madipi says you are great. All right. The last comment here is Abi Prince. Why has mistakenly called this radio station? We know his radio station and his line of thoughts. Now, wow. 0803-692-9933 for direct calls and 0817-175-6338 on WhatsApp. 0817-175-6338 on WhatsApp. Hello. Good evening, Zerenadi. How you doing? It's been a while. Hello? Hello, Zerenadi. Can you hear me? Think there's network interference there. All right, Faith, let's take the WhatsApp messages, beginning from the first ones that were sent. So, go down. Yes. So, let's take some of the WhatsApp messages, okay? No, go up. Yes, start from... Yes. No. Start from there.
Yeah.
No, the other one. Yes. All right.
Okay. Aberdeen from Gwagada said only those lacking independent thought would blindly follow Mr. Nosike. Criticism will sway him or his loyalists, who seem driven by sentiment rather than facts. Unverified claims and baseless comments won't change minds. Honestly, your inconsistency shows the lack of conviction.
That's from Abidin from Bagada. He also says he doesn't even love his own people. All right. Let me take the next comment. Then you take the next. We'll just alternate just like that.
All right.
Chris says, greeting to you, Choma, Mr. Nosike, Prince Iotech from Arena Market. 8 years of Buhari's wasted years of locust and caterpillar. None of his campaign promises was met. What legacy are we laying down for the unborn generation and children? Shall we continue in grab and run government? As a matter of fact, all well-meaning Nigerians have rejected APC government. 2027 election is between APC and hungry Nigerians. All the politicians that are defecting, that wear belle-faced politicians. Mr. Peter Nosike, keep on speaking the truth. In 2023, we witnessed fake bishop that carry plastic chairs and mount bike while going home. Evil in the highest order. Let them release Mazi Nnamdi Kalu. Thank you for your message. Okay. Thank you for your observation. Would you appreciate you? All right, you can take the next message.
Good evening, or maybe that so-called Eze that endorsed Tinubu got his Eze title in Namibia or other African countries, not in Nigeria. On true federalism, reasonable and progressive-minded Nigerians want it to enable us develop, but greedy and lazy politicians that are wasting our resources don't want it, because their people will properly hold them accountable. From Chief Udo.
All right then. Welcome to the conversation. Good evening, Jerry Nadi. How you doing?
Yeah, good evening, Choma Innocent.
Thank you so much for calling back. All right, go ahead quickly.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Okay, I'm fine, again. I greet Mr. Nosike.
He greets you too.
Yeah. Okay, Choma Innocent. I don't feel not joining on time. There are just somebody, because of what somebody said concerning how Arewa people always about their interests. So I believe that guy must be from East. That is only for interest, while the East is only interested if it's not if I'm not the one, nobody should go from my side. They are not interested in this thing, just in the April. So they should talk about they should talk about Igbo, and the Easterners. If it is not me, like the way they beating Obi now, try to make sure that Obi did not they see the light of the day. Because if not them, and they cannot just try to do the right thing for the people to support them. That is one thing, and that is why that eastern side they keep remain that this thing. They every time just become the second, just a reserve. The people just even they don't see them as a reserve before, just because of people before these people get just no people from that side exist. So that's it. She talk about the people. Just forget about this. People are only interested there. That's what they are there to do. So, John, my innocence concerning this thing, I'll just tell you to fear God. Are you hearing me?
What makes you think I don't fear God?
That's for you to just for somebody to Benjamin Kalu to change his name 7 times. You are trying to defend him that somebody can change his name 7 times.
I'm countering my analyst. I'm trying to make sure that they are being balanced and objective in the analysis. Why do you see that as me being defensive?
If I'm not mistaken, this analyst is just to come and educate people what is happening. Maybe tell the people exactly what they don't understand, not for them to just question. If you just want to question the person, let the person prepare and ask you. They can ask you a question for you to respond. Not when they come to your own side, they said no, you have to moderate. While you'll be able to ask him question. Try to fight him in that stadium. This is analyst. You only to educate people what they want to hear, or what maybe what they don't understand. People that don't understand what the content said, they will just try to tell them. But they try to counter this in way that they just prepare the person to prepare to come and at least for you to argue with him or interview.
Thank you.
Like somebody in the government, like this. I don't know, guy. Call him to come and argue with him because I know what Tinubu is saying. Okay. Even if like, you just argue with him.
Don't worry, very soon.
So, okay.
We'll bring by Ononuga for you.
This thing, I believe what Anasike said. I agree with him concerning that woman should not die. The only thing is this: the man, this thing will judge him when he just see that they just put him that cell. People sometimes children will just go and see him. He might be judging him that he killed his mother. And the baby, it wasn't a plan to just kill him, just they are fighting. You see, just the first thing I would just agree with Mr. Nosike. Let them just prison him, give him what's it called? At least like 40 years or 20 years. With time, he just they will realize his mistake that the people, even the children don't talk to him as anything. Only to come and visit him, he will just say, they will just judging him. Look, I made mistake. Okay, Soma. Okay, have a great day.
Thank you so much. Thank you. He greets you as well. Thank you for your call. We do appreciate you. We're still taking your messages on WhatsApp. We have quite a plethora of messages, so we want to try and take them all. So funny how this honorable man defending the murder committed by a man to his wife tells how most African men think when it comes to their actions in the marriage. I'm not surprised too. Nike from Ogun. Chama, leave this case. You are not married yet. Now, wow. So I should not have a say because I'm not married yet. So until I'm married, before I can say that domestic violence is not good. That's what they do. Let me go and look for your name because Mr. Joe from Bariga, are you? Hey, on the issue of okay, wait. John from Ijanikin says, don't blame Arewa Consultative Forum. They are defending the interests of the North. It is left for the South to stand up. On the issue of traditional leaders giving Tinubu 70% votes, except Obi is not on the ballot. If not, they are just deceiving themselves. Because even Opuzodima and Dave Umahi said more than this before 2023, at the end, Tinubu couldn't get 5% of the votes. Good evening, Auntie Chioma and everybody there. Concerning that Mr. Nwachukwu, he really deserved death. Or at least other men that have that kind of devilish mind will learn. Godson from Surulere. All right?
Good afternoon, VOP and crew. It's quite unfortunate the level of hatred we develop towards ourselves and we want a nation or family. And many people love at every instance to forward unverified and untruthful information and write-ups, especially the ones from the imaginations of sadists. Everything about APC is a devil and every other party are angel. Some of submission of your analysts are so childish and primitive. It's a shame.
Okay,
Emmanuel.
Chama Innocent, how are you doing? Please don't argue with Peter Anosike because he knows what he's saying. Anosike doesn't just speak without evidence to back up his claims. Chama Innocent, please, believe APC administration at your own risk. All right, you didn't tell me your name or where you're writing from, but you said read my message. I don't read them. Good evening, Chama. Please drop this matter. Listen to your guest, Mr. Anoske, the man in your studio, and learn about life. You have not married yet, my sister. Chama John Okeze from Ejigo. Hey, who go marry me now so that I will know about life? Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Chama. One of the reasons I'm always careful with women taking lead. Women act strictly straight-jacketed. Mr. Peter is talking psychologically and try to be humanly considerable. One thing certainly is that the man must suffer for his sin and be kept alive for the children to receive apology that heal the wound in their hearts. Mr. Peter said it that he would be checked mentally to see if he has turned a remorseful nature and realized his way of life. So keeping him alive to suffer and realize he has wronged his families is most important. At the end of his life, whatever he sees from the family and his children, he should bear, but he must be so sorry to the children, not the death. The case of Mr. Driver is outside case and not more emotionally as the Peters, but damaging and animalistic to the safety of the society. Regardless of his status, he deserves death. That's the way to serve him as deterrent to order like him. Thanks.
Thank you for your message. You didn't let us know your name or where you're writing from. Please always let us know. Okay, this is Ola from Agor. I'm getting that from previous messages. Thank you so much, Ola from Agor. It's quite ironic that some people think Peter Nwachukwu doesn't deserve the death sentence. He should stay alive, while the BRT driver deserves the death sentence. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinions at the end of the day. Greetings, Chama, Peter Anoske, and VOP family. Chama, some women also abandon family and go for better life somewhere. What is the statistics of the men that have abandoned their family to follow somebody else and women that have abandoned their family? Who they do and pass? There's no need to argue. The BRT that you have never seen doesn't make it non-existent. I mean, I know that, okay? It's just that, I mean, the men do it more from what we've seen. The BRT man issue and that of Osinachi aren't same. Osinachi case is some family and the record will not be good for generation to come. Oh, God. Will it be good for generation to come that she was killed? Okay, I agree with Anosike on this. Time changes a lot of things. Some things that we do support today we regret tomorrow. Blood is thicker than water. Okay. No one can treat a child like biological parents. Okay, the same biological parents that traumatize them. Okay, I understand. Those children will feel the vacuum at a certain stage in life. The story itself will psychologically haunt the children throughout their lifetime. Amechi from Mafoluku. Good evening, radio girl. That sentence for that man is not the best option. Mr. Anosike is right. Very right. Grandpa from Bariga. Grandpa, how you doing? Chama, stop interrupting Peter. Nnamdi Ofoegbu is a non-serial liar and prominent conman. Peter Anoske is an indigene of the same locality as Ofoegbu and knows much better than you. Nnamdi Azikiwe built the first indigenous university, opened in 1960. Unife was inaugurated in 1962. Ahmadu Bello University in 1965. Unibadan was built in 1948 by British authorities as campus of University of London. Okay, Ifedi is my name. I salute you, Madam Chioma. I'm Kevin from Ogba. Let us leave the death sentence of Mr. Nwachukwu and BRT driver to the appeal court or the Supreme Court to decide.
Good evening, Chioma, Faith, and my honorable Peter Anosike. The judgment passed to Peter Nwachukwu and the bus driver sentenced to death are two different judgments. I understand that it's very complicated, but know one thing, that Peter Nwachukwu children had lost their beloved mother, and in other hands, Peter Nwachukwu is regretting the death of his wife in one way or the other. But no matter what has happened, the children are the ones to be at the lost side for allowing the death of their both parents. So I understand the point of Mr. Peter Anosike. 2. The Eze in Abia State that is telling that the APC will have votes in coming 2027 presidential election in the southeast region. Well, what I can say, everyone is entitled to his or her own opinion. Thanks. This is God's Power John from Iyanokwaja.
Well done for a good job. The hanging to death for the murderers is 100% okay. Good evening, Chairman, Mr. Peter Anosike. The issue of the murdered gospel singer is a deep one that needs deep thinking. When Anosike talked about psychological effect to the children, people may not understand. If that man is hanged, the life of those children will be affected negatively. I don't think the man killed her intentionally. I agree that the man is wicked. Festus from Alakbere, Ketu. What this person did was wrong, but the man is wicked. But the man was but why so many buts? Why so many buts? Good evening, Chama. I'm Festus from Ajao. The man should have been sentenced live in prison instead of killing him by hanging, since the wife was not parched to death as a spot, but abuse led to her death. I don't understand. Good evening, Chama. Seriously, I don't like the way you're attacking Mr. Anosike today. Please take it easy with him. Forgive me. Oh. No verse. Oga Peter. Stop saying you will insult anyone that said good of Tinubu or APC. Mind you, or remember, Onu adigi agai be onu gbara aka. What does that mean? You usually said nobody has monopoly of violence when you're talking about the North and their threats. Okay, nakari, see, don't be silly. For the first time, you and Peter Noski are not on the same page. Peter's reason is reasonable for Peter because of the kids. I agree with him. A living dog is better than a dead lion. Okay. How things are being done or worked here in Nigeria's system. Peter Nwachukwu can easily be bribing the prison officials. By so doing, he can be using phone and be communicating with his children outside. And children can be visiting him too. Who knows? He might be pardoned one day. But if he's hanged, he's gone forever. I don't understand. You don't want him to pay for the crime. You are talking about bribery. But let's say they give him idea. You know? Good evening, Chairman Mr. Anosike. On Peter Nwachukwu, he committed a heinous crime and deserves a commensurate punishment. Some kids that have matured to become responsible lost their parents simultaneously and God still raised them. On the people from the southeast calling for 70% vote support to Tinubu, I can tell you that they are sycophants and jobbers who are looking for stomach infrastructure. The so-called progressive kings are speaking for their families. What area of national life can one score Tinubu 30% to warrant his re-election? Mayor from Festac, Jerry from Ikeja. Jerry, this is where I plenty you. If Tinubu wants Southeast votes to release Nnamdi Kalu, create one more state and open up seaport. Death sentence on Nwachukwu is wrong, should have been on prison sentence. Supreme Court will reverse it. Chama, take it easy. If the man is killed as you support, you have nothing to gain. I'm not there is I support though. It's just those of you that are not supporting that I don't understand your reason. The court says something. Well, I go with the judgment of the courts. Right. Am I the one that sentenced him? Nwachukwu did not directly kill his wife or he meant to kill her. Okay, he didn't meant to kill her, but he beat him every three days. Go the pan beat him, but he not meant to kill him. Good. However, should know that the country belongs to everyone, not only to the north. Should consider other regions' interests too. All right, Jerry from Ikeja, thank you for your message. Good evening, VOP. Angel Paranga, how you doing? From Alagbado. Chama, you are not innocent today. Oh. No off Mr. Peter Mike, because if you off him, I go sue you. I don't off him. Sue me, no. I don't off him. Good afternoon, Choma Innocent and Peter Anosike. How is my sister, Mr. Anosike? Choma, you are commendable for your balanced approach on VOP regarding the death sentence handed to Osinachi's husband and the BRT driver. Opinions vary. While some view the judgment as fitting, others consider its global implications. Hey. Both parties have the opportunity to appeal. In Nigeria, the practical application of death sentence is complex due to the limited number of hangmen and the reluctance of governors to sign execution orders. Some inmates have spent years on death row awaiting execution. The dynamics of Nigerian politics and regional aspirations can be challenging. Some northerners believe their own Nigeria can hinder progress. A recent incident in Rivers State where women stood up to the sole administrator's wife is notable. Their actions demonstrate the power of collective resistance. Mr. Ogumbi from Idimu, I love reading from you. Chama, I'm coming to marry you so that all this you don't marry Bruha will stop. Because Inokwa, one, Chief Udo, please don't marry me. I'm begging you. Because as a day like this, if you even get two wives, even if you don't have to, you have one, please don't marry me. Plus, there is no Bruha. You see people that are saying that I'm not married, I should go and marry before I can talk about what married people are doing. So please, I'm not looking for husband. Please note it. I'm not a fine husband though. Dash, Choma, I beg. Have it in mind. Choma, the man didn't use gun, knife, or wood to kill the wife. It's your half-storm violence. Leave the marriage. Choma, marriage is a rough journey. Joe from Bariga. I'm available, Choma. Available for what? Available for what? I beg you. Only those lacking independent thought would blindly follow Mr. Anosike. Okay, I think we've already read this particular message. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Another one.
Yemi in Lagos. About the killer husband, what many don't know about the dynamics of law and justice is that court judgment serves two main purposes. One, to punish offenders, and two, to serve as deterrent to others. Leave out sentiment. Whoever denies another life does not deserve to enjoy his. This simply is a part of natural justice. We should remember too that these children we're talking about were among those who testified against this man. Another thing we need to consider too is that there are many who have lost both parents at the early part of their lives as a result of a calamity and still lived resourceful lives. Remember the adage that once there's life, there's hope. So if the man is allowed to keep living, anything can happen later and the evil man keeps living thereafter.
Chama, I don't understand you. I'm not even fighting for Mr. Anosike, but I'm very surprised with the way you counter the man. You go answer some question, finish. You go answer you. The next thing you they counter, I'm like saying now Sifo send you. I removed the station. I just tuned back in because I was so irritated at you. I couldn't stand all your questions and fighting him at the same time. No vex. I'm not fighting him. We're having a conversation. Okay, we're having constructive argument. At least we no throw blow, we know they do domestic violence for here. So stitches, no verse how irritate you today. Yeah, that's how they be sometimes. Hello, Chioma. I'm concerned about the mental health of the children. I'm concerned about the stigma of having both parents killed for domestic issues. I hope they get the children to see a therapist early enough. There's a village in Ohafia local government area of Abia State that has 2 kings. One is recognized by the federal government but not the people, while the other is recognized by the people and not the federal government. So Mr. Anosike is right. The local government might just be like the one in Ohafia. This message is from Elvera. All right. Some women abuse their husband. Nobody cares. But any day a man raises his hand on her, everyone will gather and call him evil. May God help men. Let's get from Megbeda. May God help men. Oh, Chama, you're not innocent today. Udom. I'm always innocent. I'm always innocent. You can't take that away from me. Chama, you always and easily get emotional when it comes to women affairs. Anyway, let the court decide. Vincent, aka but why for Mushin. Vincent, but why? No. I'm trying my best to be objective, all right? It's not even just about women matter, but I mean, you self check them now. Person keep person, I say they no kill them. Now me sentence and to death, and they attack me. The real voice of people are spoken in Rivers State, not paid protesters. Festus from Alakbere K2. All right. I think that's all we can actually take for today because of our time. Mr. Peter Anoske, let's get your concluding thoughts on everything that we have discussed today. Before we do that, Cyprian on YouTube is saying, Chama, you're doing great today. I can see you're on fire. I'm still here. Thank you. This girl is on fire. Before my throat. You can say the people mind with what they support. The people supporting evil are evil-minded. Change your analyst is not the owner of your radio. How do you know? You know that I need to pay our salary. All right, Faith, we need to go, Mr. Peter. Let's get your concluding thoughts. You see, as they tell me now, say, Chama, you're doing too much. Chama, you're dragging Mr. Anoske. You like him, Abi? You like him? Oh, yeah. Final concluding thoughts.
For me, before I started talking about Peter Nwachukwu and his wife, I said that it is a complicated issue. I never said that he should be set free. He committed a heinous crime, and I say here that my concern is the children, not him. And I know the trauma that the children will face for their father to also be hanged. I know the trauma that the children will face if their father is also hanged. Assuming it's a civilized society, a well-structured society, government can take care of them. But Nigeria is not the same. That's why I say that instead of hanging him, let him be given a very long sentence. That's what I say. And I know that either Court of Appeal or Supreme Court will commute this to life sentence because they will not, because of the interest of the children, not because of Peter Nwachukwu.
All right, then. Good evening, Chama. Olamile come from Baruwa. I love your response to those saying you're not married, as you don't take it personal but catching fun. If the man loves the children, he wouldn't kill their mother. Our people say you don't love the children, but you hate their mother. The wages of sin is death. Our people say you don't love the children, that you hate their mother. I mean, period. Read my message, Chioma. Nnamdi Kalu's struggle is for the freedom and liberation of entire black race from slavery of Western powers. Chai, Jerry from Festac. Thank you. That's your opinion. All right, then. We've come to the end of today's episode of the recap. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I don't know why. Chioma, read my message, Joe Basil Nana. I don't read them now. I don't read them. Vitus Ekwebelem says, well done, Chioma and Innocent Anosike for a good job. I don't understand. You know, Chioma and Innocent Anosike. The innocence is mine. Please don't give it. The innocence is mine. Faith. I mean, this has been such a beautiful, educating, enlightening, and constructive conversation. Don't you agree?
I agree. I totally agree.
But then we need to go. The recap will make a return same time, same station next week. My name is Chioma Innocent. Mr. Peter Anoske, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm Faithfulness Walking.
The World News at 6 comes up shortly. Thank you for staying tuned.
Welcome to the best exclusive radio station, UB 1903, bringing you the best mix of the best music.
Please note, the views and opinions expressed on this program solely those of the individual